Hey, Emily. I was wondering if you wanted to hang out with me this weekend. I found a really cool restaurant, and I'd love it if you and I could go check it out. What are you talking about, Carla? We have our high school reunion this weekend, remember? Did you forget about that or something? Wait a second. You mean to tell me that you were really going to that loser convention? Loser convention? What do you mean by that? Come on now, Emily. You have to know that people like us are cut above the other normies we went to school with. We've already achieved more in our lives than any of them probably will for decades to come. So I think we're better off skipping the reunion and doing something fun. I'm sorry, but I'm still not quite sure that I'm following what you're getting at. I mean, you don't really feel that way about everyone that we've gone to school with, right? Well, it's true, isn't it? I mean, okay, maybe you and I specifically haven't done things with our lives. But we're both engaged to people who have, isn't your fiance the general manager of the company he works for? Because my fiance owns his company. My point is that we're better than the rest. And, we should act like it. Carla, I really don't know what to say to any of this right now. I don't get why you're having such a hard time accepting the facts when they are right there. We just did better than everyone else in school. And it shows by the fact that we're marrying the people that we are. Besides, I think who you choose to hang out with says a lot about a person. And if you're still hanging out with people from high school who've done nothing with their lives, instead of your more successful friends, then, well, it's just not good. I'm sorry, Carla, but I think the only thing that's not good around here is your attitude. I still keep in touch with plenty of people from high school, and some of them are my dear friends. So if you don't want to go to the reunion, that's fine, but I'm still going to go. You'll just have to find someone else to hang out with. You've got to be kidding me. You're not serious about this, are you? I am, and I don't think that you're a very good friend if that's really how you think of people. So please, don't try and lump me into the same camp as you. And one more thing you should know, I actually broke off my engagement with my fiance last week. Hold on a second. You mean to tell me that you were going to marry a general manager and you broke it off? Besides, I heard that your fiancé was in line to inherit the whole company, since he's the CEO's son, after all. Well, a lot happened between us, and we realized the marriage just wasn't going to work out. But I'm free next month if you want to try and hang out, just the two of us then. I can let you know what times I actually have available in a little bit. You think I would ever lower myself to hang out with you now? What is that supposed to mean? Haven't you been reading any of my messages at all? It's all about who you know and who you're seen with. And if you're not a winner like me, then I really shouldn't be wasting my time talking to a loser like you. So now, I won't be hanging out with you anytime soon.
Hey, Emily, I just walked outside my door and found all kinds of cooked food on my doorstep. And it's basically all the things that I love to eat. Even some of my favorite snacks are in here too. Did you leave all this here for me?
Wow, you found all that a lot faster than I thought you were going to. But yes, I was a bit worried about you, so I went out and got you some treats.
Wait, what? What do you mean? Why were you worried?
Well, you're always talking about how busy you are with work and how you barely even have time to eat. So I just thought it'd be nice and bring some food straight to you.
But I don't get it. We broke up, right? We even called off our engagement, so I don't understand. Especially after the reason why we had to break things off was so ridiculous. I'm surprised you still want anything to do with me.
Hey, it's not like I don't get why we wouldn't have worked out. You started a company with your friend and it all went belly up. You were the one who told me that you just couldn't marry me like that. So in a way, you kind of did it all to yourself.
But what other choice did I have but to call it off? I wanted to give you the world. I was planning a huge wedding for us, but then my friend screwed up our big project and our whole company fell apart. And after that, we lost all of our contracts. And on top of all of that, my friend took the rest of our funds and ran off, leaving the company on the verge of having to declare bankruptcy.
Yes, Barry, I know. You've told me the story at least 1,000 times. But what I'm surprised about is that you haven't gone to your parents begging for help. You told me that you didn't want them to keep bailing you out and that this was something you wanted to try on your own.
Well, I don't know what else to say. I guess I'm just a bit of a prideful guy sometimes. But either way, I can't believe that our 5 years together had to end that way. I came into your life, made a big mess, and I had to pull out like the loser that I am. I'm just so sorry that I've probably ruined your life too.
Barry, no offense, but I'm not the kind of person to let a breakup ruin my life. I am sad that things went the way they did, but not even you have the power to ruin my life with your presence or lack thereof.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, that I don't care that we're not engaged anymore. But it doesn't mean that I don't care about you. You're still important to me, and I want to try and remain friends. After all, I think it's great how even after being betrayed by your friend, you're still trying to pursue your goals. That's why I felt like I just had to bring you something to eat. I mean, you've been working so hard. And knowing you would probably work all night without taking a bite before you even realized it was morning. So at least eat something before you finally go to bed. Otherwise, you're just going to be good to no one.
Thank you so much, Emily. I don't know what else to say, except that I still feel like I don't deserve this from you.
Well, I say you are, and that should be good enough. But anyways, have you still not been able to get a hold of your friend? I mean, what do you think he's going to do with the money he took?
I don't know because I still haven't heard from him. Although, I wouldn't be surprised if he just kept his phone on mute or even changed his number at this point. I even think that he might have moved away, but it's not like I can put out an APB or something. Especially not with a name like Jack Smith.
Wait a second. Jack Smith? You know, now that you say that, I think I have a friend actually engaged to a Jack Smith.
Oh, really? I wonder if it's the same person.
That would really be some odds there. But you never know with these things.
Well, how about I send you a picture of them? That way, if you ever find out that they're the same person, just let me know.
Okay, sounds good to me. Anyways, good luck with the rest of your work. And you better eat something or else. Got it? Carla, what is the matter with you? Why would you do this to me? Why would you throw all this water on me? Aw, I'm sorry. I was just trying to think of a way to make you go home, and that's all I could think of. But this is what you get for not leaving when I told you to the first time. I just had to do something to make you go away, you know? No, I don't know. And just why do I have to go home, huh? I thought you invited me to your wedding because we were friends. Why even send an invite if you're just going to tell me to go home? You're almost right there. I almost saw you as a friend. But then you revealed to me that you were nothing but a loser. When I heard about how you broke off your engagement, I instantly started to regret inviting you here. And so, when I saw you arrive this morning, I knew that I had to do something. You could have just told me before I got there that you didn't want me to come. You didn't have to dump a bucket of water on me like some kind of middle school prank. I have had enough out of you. We're not friends, got it? I wouldn't want to be friends with some poor nobody like you anyways. I mean, you were so close to marrying so rich, and then you screwed it all up. You really think I'm poor? Is that what this is about? Well, of course you are. But then again, there aren't many women who I don't consider too poor for me at this point. But that's all their fault for not marrying rich like I am. You know, Carla, I think that you really need to be careful about jumping to conclusions about people. And this is a whole obsession with winners and loser and rich and poor is just too much. Don't you realize how rude you're being? Shut up, you poor loser. I don't need to take this from you. You could have been my friend, maybe even my equal almost. But now it's far too late for any of that. And that's why you'll never be anywhere near my level again. What are you talking about? I'm talking about how you'll never be able to afford an amazing wedding like mine. And you'll never be able to live in the amazing condo building that I live in either. And you'll certainly never get a $30,000 wedding ring like I have. And you'll never be across your entire life as a sad, pathetic loser. I'm not like other women. I'm special. I'm the winner. I'm the best. I don't even think that I can keep talking to you like this. But if you want me to go home, then fine. I'll gladly do that. Good. Leave. Now. Nobody wants you here anyways. The only person who is going to rich and never have to work again is me. I'm the best. I'm number one. Except that you know your husband is here apologizing to me, right? What on earth are you talking about now, loser? Well, that's the thing. Your amazing winner of a husband is here on his knees begging me for forgiveness. He's still here in his tuxedo right now. I don't think I've seen a man do anything like this in a tux. It's kind of hot, actually. Literally, what are you talking about? Why would my husband be apologizing to you? Well, because you did something he feels that he needs to say sorry for. Of course, I don't see any reason why I should forgive you. Have you actually gone crazy or something? Start making sense now. I guess he's also very sorry because he ruined my engagement and ran off to get married himself. Hold on a second. I am so lost here. I mean, all I did was pour a little water on an unwanted loser. Why would my husband have to apologize to you for anything? Did he forget we're better than you? You don't get it. This is much bigger than you and your dumb prank. You see, it's your husband's fault that my engagement was called off. That's why he's here begging. But how? I still don't get it. Well, because it's his fault that my fiance Barry and I had to call off our engagement. You see, Barry and Jack started a business together. But your new husband Jack made some pretty huge mistakes that ended up costing the company a lot. But instead of taking responsibility for them, he stole the rest of the company funds and ran off. My fiance Barry was embarrassed and crushed that he said he wasn't worthy of me and called off the engagement. Wait just a minute. You're telling me that my husband and your fiance started a business together? This is the first time I'm hearing about this. I didn't have too many details about what happened either, but Barry mentioned the name of his partner and I realized it was the same as your then fiance. I thought it might have been a coincidence, but then Barry showed me photos of them together and I knew they were one and the same. Anyways, I confronted Jack in the changing room and he admitted to it all, so naturally I informed the police. But don't worry, I know that you want to have your wedding, so I told them not to show up until after the vows had been exchanged. But I guess I won't be here to see it since I'll be going home. But I hope the two of you get what you deserve. But you can't be serious, right? You really didn't do that, did you? Well, especially after you poured that water on me, Jack came running after me, begging me not to call the police. He heard about what you did to me, and that's why he's here begging on his knees for mercy. This can't be happening. Jack can't be going that to you. My husband would never. Well, I'm afraid he is. Of course, the whole situation was made much worse by the way you treated me. But anyways, the police have already been informed, so it's too late to change anything now. Oh, come on. You don't have to do this. I would be less concerned about that and more worried about wrapping up your wedding before the police get there.
Emily, thank you so much. I can't believe you managed to track Jack down. You don't know how much worrying you just saved me.
Well, it really all was quite lucky, if I'm being honest. But anyways, I'm just glad that we could find him. Anyways, what about you? How are you doing? Are you eating like I told you to?
Yeah, don't worry. I've been eating out of that care package that you sent me, and I feel like a new man now. Some other good news. I feel like I might be able to restart my company.
Really? You think you can turn things around?
Yeah. I know that I've basically lost all of my clients, but now that Exodus has stopped and I'm left with the ones that really believe in me. Not only that, but they understood my situation and said that they would recommend my business to associates here. And I've already started getting calls from new people wanting to work with me, so now I think I have enough funding to keep my project going.
Barry, that's incredible. Congratulations on that. That's so amazing. I knew that things would work out for you.
It's not me. I just learned so much about business ever since I was little from my parents. I mean, I feel lucky that I was born into the family that I was, but also because of it, it means that I understood the risks of doing business. But there's one more thing that I'm hoping to set right now, and that's you.
Me? What do you mean by that?
I mean that after Jack stole my money, I told you that I could marry you, but this whole experience has taught me that I really need you. And now that we caught Jack, I want to ask again, will you marry me? Because if you say yes, I promise that I'll never let you go no matter what. I swear I'll do everything in my power to make you happy.
Oh, Barry, I want to say yes, but I know you and your business too well. How about you focus on your company first? I know that things are looking good now, but you need to make sure that they stay that way. After you've done that, then we can talk.
You're right. Better to make sure we do this right this time. Thank you so much for understanding, Emily.
Emily, this is all your fault. The police just took Jack away. I had no idea that he had done such shady things in the past. From what I heard, Barry wasn't even the first person that Jack had done this to. Apparently, he had a pattern of scamming people out of their money like that. But no one had ever managed to catch him until now. Well, I want you to know, that I divorced him. Jack is no longer my husband. Oh no, you mean the marriage wasn't going to work out? And here I was thinking that you married the perfect man. I thought so too. But he wasn't a winner like me at all. He was just a loser scammer who would have done the same thing to me. But I guess that means if you don't have a husband like Jack, that makes you a loser just like the rest of us, no? Especially after he was arrested just days after you two were married. But I guess that's what you get for always looking down on others because of who you were marrying. How dare you talk to me like that? I thought we were friends. Why are you being so mean to me? Is that supposed to be a joke or something? You insulted me the moment you found out I wasn't going to marry rich like you. Then you invite me to your wedding only to humiliate me in front of everyone and then try and kick me out. And you know, I would have reported you to the police for what you did as well. That's still a form of violence. You mean that you would have called the cops on me too, just for a little prank with water? I can still do it if you want to join your husband in jail. No, please, don't do that. I don't want to go to jail. I wouldn't last a day there. Well, if you don't, then maybe you should check your ego and please just never ever talk to me again. After that, Jack was arrested for his various frauds and eventually sentenced to jail for them. I heard that Carla was brought in as a suspect, but that she was cleared of charges when the police realized she knew nothing. Apparently, while he was in jail, Jack was refusing to sign the divorce papers. Carla was so nervous that he was plotting something with her bank account, so she withdrew all of her money and moved to a new state. Except that every time someone from her past would find her, she was so nervous about being found by Jack, even though he was in jail, that she would pick up everything and move again. As for Barry and I, it took some time, but Barry's company eventually took off into the success that we always knew it would be. The day he took the company public was the day that he proposed to me. I said yes, and we're set to be married next month. But us being married didn't mean that I flipped like Carla into some elitist monster. I still hung out with old friends from high school, and we all gossiped about Carla's situation. In fact, despite being married, very little has changed for me. I'm just glad that everything about the situation appears to have wrapped out quite neatly. Of course, it helps that Barry now has someone like me by his side to help vet potential business partners, and I plan on keeping it that way.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.
Stuart, Dad's condition just got a lot worse. I need you to come over to the hospital as soon as possible.
No can do.
What do you mean? We both know that you didn't go to work today.
Exactly. I can't go because it's my day off from work. Well, thanks to Dad, of course. So I'm going to enjoy my extra day off. Tell him to fight it off till I have to go to work again or something.
What the hell?
Already decided to take my time and rest for today, and there's nothing that's going to change that. As an active and crucial member of our society's workforce, I need as much rest as I can get when I can get it.
You're joking, right? Your own father's condition is taking a toll right now. He needs you, and this might be the last time you'll be able to see him alive.
Yeah, and this might be my last chance to get some proper rest in a week.
Do you really not think that you owe him just this much? To see him and say a proper goodbye before he goes? Do you even know what he's done for you up until now?
It's not like I ever asked him to do anything for me. It's his free will, so I owe nothing.
Did you really just say that? He'll let you go to a private school even though it costs an insane amount each year. And that's because you didn't study at all during high school and couldn't make it into a public school in our state. He even let you try all of those extracurriculars like horse riding and swimming just because you thought they were cool. Not to mention how you quit all of those within half a year because you couldn't take even a bit of failure. Did you really never ask him for anything he gave you? Really? How much money and effort and care do you think he's putting into raising you?
It's literally required by law that a parent or guardian has to put in the money and effort and care in raising a child. That's the cost of making a child. It was his choice to make a child, so he got what he asked for. I don't see what you're so upset about here.
Are you talking about compulsory education? If you didn't know, that's only up until high school. Therefore, he was not obligated at all to send you to college. He did that for you.
Just shut up. Leave me alone.
Even when you got married, your pride kept you from hosting a wedding that you can actually afford. And you begged Dad to pay the amount that you couldn't pay off by yourself. Your pathetic self was literally begging him.
I paid him back by showing his son getting married in the best way possible. How much more does he want?
Have you really not understood how much you've been saved by him up until now? Even after hearing those stories? And it isn't just these episodes. There's hundreds and thousands more that I can't even remember about.
Are you done? As I said a while ago, I'm gonna go get some quality rest, and nothing's gonna stop me from getting it. If you still want to say something, tell Anne. I'm sure she's out somewhere right now. She might be able to head over there instead of me if you asked her to.
Anne?
Yeah? She's my wife, so she's like a sister-in-law to you, right?
So what? It doesn't matter whether Anne comes to visit or not. All that matters is whether you, his actual son, is coming to visit him for one last time or not.
Take good care of Anne. Don't be too mean to her. Oh, and also, what's going on with his inheritance?
Inheritance?
Yeah, contact me when all that's decided.
Dad's not in his best shape, but he's still fighting.
Oh, and also make sure to get the funeral on a weekday. I'll get to skip going to work again. Oh, and also, Dad's inheritance will be divided by 3. 1/3 for me, 1/3 for you, 1/3 for Anne. Got it? So me and Anne get 2/3 of his inheritance.
How did you turn out like this?
I have no idea how to manage a funeral, by the way, so I'm gonna have to leave all of that to you, sis. You're the firstborn, so you're basically obligated to do it anyways. And you still live in Dad's house, so you're obviously the one who's most in debt. I don't owe anything of that sort to him, so you better do your best and repay him for everything he's done for you.
How could a person be raised to be so selfish?
You're saying I'm selfish? You barely graduated from high school and kept taking money from Dad until he died.
Taking his money?
Yeah. How do you have the nerve to keep getting raised by your dad at your age? You should have sustained your own life starting from way earlier on.
Did you really just say that to me? Without understanding a thing about your own family. You never even came back to visit us, so you wouldn't know why I had to do what I had to do.
I made calls pretty frequently. It's not like you never heard my voice or anything. How is a grown man with his own family supposed to visit his parents every week, huh?
The only reason you called us was to ask for money from Dad. You called on his birthday last year and Dad was really happy that you did that for once. But you didn't even say the phrase, happy birthday. You just called him to ask him for money. Again. He just laughed it off, but I could see the tears he was holding back.
You expect me to sing happy birthday to him on the phone? How old do you think I am? 4? A grown man wouldn't do that, and it should be common sense. I don't even know the man's birthday.
But you somehow still have the nerve to ask for money on your own birthday every single year, right?
Yeah, because I'm his son. I get to receive things from him. That's what being a parent is.
You know what? Fine. Have it your way. I just get stressed talking to you. You don't have to come to the hospital. Not that you would have if I were to ask you to.
Yeah. Good luck with the funeral.
Hey, Anne? Where are you right now? Stuart just tells me that he doesn't know where you are no matter how many times I ask him. The cremation is about to start. I'm sure you wouldn't want to miss it, but we're all about to get on the bus to get there. Hi, please don't mind me. You all can start heading there. But we can't just leave you, honey. It's fine, really. I know where the crematorium is, so I can get there on my own. My stomach hasn't been doing too well since this morning. Really? Are you okay? Yes, I just need a bit of time. I took some medicine just now, so I'm sure I'll get better soon. So, I insist. Please don't mind me and head over to the crematorium without me. I'll be there with you all within half an hour. Okay, honey, but take your time. We'll be there waiting for you. Should I tell Stuart to stay here at the hall to wait for you? No, thank you. I'm sure he'll like to be there from the start till the end, and I'm confident that I'll be fine on my own. I don't think he gives the slightest crap about this whole thing, but... Regardless, I'll be fine on my own, so don't mind me. Please. Alright. Well, text me if you need anything. I'll send Stuart right over, okay? Oh, and I also told the staff members to prepare a taxi for you, so just tell them when you're ready and you'll have a ride. Thank you so much. And I'm sorry for getting a stomachache at such an important time. I'll be sure to keep Stuart updated about the situation, so if you're ever wondering how I'm doing, please ask him. Okay, sweetie. Anne? Are you sure you're alright? Yes, of course. Oh no, is it already about to end? We're about to bury him. I'm so sorry that I couldn't make it. Please don't mind me and focus on saying your last goodbye to your father. I really am doing fine over here. In fact, I'm doing great. Really? Are you feeling better? Actually, I'm feeling ecstatic. What do you mean ecstatic? I just rode a taxi here to your father's house. I'm packing up all of your things right now. What? Packing up my things? At my dad's house? I thought you were in the bathroom. Didn't you have a stomachache? Actually, that was a lie. My stomach doesn't hurt at all. I mean, my stomach hurt earlier from laughing so hard at how easy this was though. What do you mean? And why are you at my house? You don't even have a key, right? Actually, I borrowed a key from Stuart. My brother doesn't have a key either. He said he borrowed the key from your purse. You know, since it was wide open since this morning because you were so busy managing the funeral. Is this a joke? You two took the key from my purse? Actually, we took your keys from your purse. Your key case. You keep so many different keys in there. Do you know how long it took me to find the right one to your door? What are the other ones for anyways? I mean, I'm sure you had to manage a lot of keys after you joined your dad's company straight out of high school. I'm surprised a high school graduate was able to manage so many different keys. There are very important ones in there. Please give them back right now. Don't worry, I won't lose them. And I can't head over there and hand them to you right now. I'm in the middle of a very important process of organizing your things right now. Why are you in my house organizing my things? Well, of course, because this house is going to belong to Stuart and I in a little bit, right? So I need to get to work and pack up everything that's going to get in the way of our new life in this house. And the perfect timing was now, since you're not going to be here for a while. What do you mean the house is going to belong to you two? I heard from Stuart that 2/3 of your father's inheritance is going to belong to us. His money, company, and his house. These are the 3 main things that he's leaving behind, right? So we talked it out and decided that Stuart and I should get the house and the company, and you can have half of this money. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We don't even know who gets what yet. And the only people with legal rights to his inheritance are his children by blood, meaning me and my brother. You're not included, Anne. Unless he left it in his will that he wanted to include you too, of course. What do you mean? I'm basically his daughter. Yeah, you're her daughter-in-law on paper, but you aren't related to him through blood. Oh, don't be so cold, Patricia. Cold? You've never taken care of my father or even showed any type of care towards him, but now you act like you care in the slightest way because there's money involved? You seem way colder than me through my eyes. Oh my God! How dare you! I've always thought about all of you in the same way as my family. Even if we were to hypothetically divide his inheritance into 3, how does it make sense that you two get the house and the company, and I only get half of his money? That isn't even at all. Just think about it. Your dad's a company owner, and he doesn't even have a proper hobby that would cost him any money. And he doesn't spend money for anything else, right? So that means he has savings that we could only dream of. Therefore, that portion of his inheritance is most likely to be way more in value than the other 2. Please stop using your simple-minded assumptions as proof towards your argument. Just listen. So Stuart becomes the new boss, right? And I become the boss of the house and the home that he left behind. And we use half of the money that we get to reform the house. And voila! Dream mansion. That's our plan. So I'm going to have to throw out everything that is unnecessary for us to accomplish the plan. Don't you dare touch anything that belongs to my father. Huh? Oh, I see. Your high school graduate brain can process all of this. I said, we're going to throw out everything that's unnecessary. Everything your dad has is part of his inheritance, so we're going to sell it all and make money off of it. So why would I throw it away? You need to start learning how to use your brain. When Stuart becomes the boss, I'll tell him about this, and how we don't need a high school graduate working for us. Wait, so you're just going to throw out my stuff? What did I say earlier? Not a single soul on this planet benefits from you staying in this house, you parasite. So, I'll be throwing everything out into the dumpster. Got it? Wait, I have some very important things for work around my desk. Okay, then I'll just pile everything up around the front door, got it? You can pick up whatever you need and we'll throw out the rest for you. How kind of me. You have all of the night to get everything out of the way. The garbage truck is going to be taking out everything else that is there by tomorrow morning. You people are sick. I thought my brother was the worst, but you're just as bad. You never even bothered asking how he was or coming over to say hi. But as soon as he dies, you people do this? Do you really think that things are going to go your way? The same goes for you. Did you really think that you were going to become the next boss of your father's company after he died? Why on earth would he choose a high school graduate over a college graduate? Just use a bit of common sense and you could have figured it out on your own. Don't think you'll get to keep sucking your daddy's blood forever, you pest. A parasite like you needs to leave right now. Whatever. Good luck with getting away with that. You're the one who needs the luck, Patricia, because my husband is going to be the next boss of your dad's company, and I'm going to be the wife of the boss, which means that we're well off for the rest of our lives. Make sure to get everything off on the front porch, because I'm sure you'll need everything you have to survive from now on. Hey, Patricia, is it true that you came over to the house while I was gone? Stop invading our property. That house belongs to me and my husband. I just went over to organize my father's things. Oh, okay. Did you find anything that was worth money? And don't think you can get away with hiding anything from us. We'll take any legal actions necessary if we find out what happens. Sadly, no. I didn't find anything that was worth money. I took the notebook with his favorite restaurants from all over the country though, if that's fine. Wow, I didn't know he had an actual hobby. I finished organizing a good portion of his belongings, so I'm sure the house is pretty empty now. I mean, it's pretty empty now. But are you sure that there is really nothing worth money in there? And once again, don't lie. I'm not going to lie. And my father didn't have anything expensive enough to be worth noting anyways. Really? But I thought all business owners have lots and lots of expensive things. You just reminded me. When is Stuart going to come to visit the company? He's joining us, right? The CEO is very busy. He doesn't have time to show up to work. Now, when is his salary going to be paid? For being the CEO. I have no idea what you're thinking is the case here, but I'm the boss of my dad's company now, so he's going to have an interview with me if he really wants to join. What? What do you mean you're the boss? We talked about how we're going to divide the inheritance already. The story about you two getting 2/3 of his inheritance? Yes. Well, I'm sorry to break it to you, but Dad named me as the next boss before he passed away. And I've already been head of the company for over 6 months now. You're lying. Why wouldn't you tell us about that? I mean, the only time that you'd ever bother talking to us was when you guys wanted money, and you two would either ignore us or not listen to what we were saying when we'd reach out to you. So no wonder you two didn't know. And also, the ownership of the house you're living in right now was changed to be under my name. So what happens to that house is completely up to me. What? Yeah, my father suddenly fell ill and got hospitalized, so we talked everything out in advance. Because we knew that Stuart is going to try and make things go their way, but I didn't expect you to leave in the middle of the funeral and throw my stuff out. Explain all of this right now. What do you mean, talked everything out? I became boss of the company as planned, before my dad even fell ill. We changed the owner of the house to my name after my dad got hospitalized, and he gave every single cent that he owned to me while he was still alive. Wait, so what does that leave us with? I mean, I think he has a few dollars in his bank account right now. You can have that. A few dollars? Yep. And also, if you two are planning to stay in that house, I'm going to have to ask you to pay rent. Judging by the rent of the other houses in that area, and of course with a discount since you guys are family, I'd say around $2,000 a month. What? What makes you think we could pay the amount every month? We aren't even working right now. You guys are unemployed? Of course we are. Stuart was supposed to take over the company. Speaking of, change places with Stuart right now. Get off your high horse, you high school graduate. I have graduated from college. What? Stop lying. I'm not lying. I was about to go on to getting a degree in college, but then my mother suddenly passed away right there and then. So I joined my dad's company to take her place. We didn't have many workers back then and business was slow, but I worked really hard and got the company back on track. So after the company was stable enough, I pursued a degree in college while staying over at my dad's house whenever we needed to have a meeting. You just stayed over? Weren't you living there like a leech? Have I never told you before? I have my own house and live there. Did you really think I had an oddly few amount of things when you threw my belongings onto the porch? Well, I thought it was a proper amount. I live in an apartment on the 40th floor. On the 40th floor? Yeah, my dad bought it for me. Right when our company was finally recovering from its downhill trail, he said it was time to make things even for everything he did for Stuart. So, he buys you a gorgeous apartment. Yeah, it's pretty close to my university too. Wait a minute. University? I thought you joined your dad's company as soon as you graduated from high school. That's right. And after I was able to stabilize my father's company, I redid my college admissions and graduated with a degree. I studied business at school, and I applied everything I learned directly to work. Ever since I started doing so, the sales kept going up, so I had a really good time at college. I think it was just around the time you guys were getting married. That's when I was getting graduated. How did we never notice? I'm pretty sure it was because you had absolutely no interest in me. Wait, so there's nothing left behind for the two of us? You can have the 2/3 of the few bucks that are still left in my dad's bank account. You're lying. How are we supposed to live off that kind of money? You two are the ones who quit your jobs, aren't you? Oh, and by the way, if you can't pay the rent, then I'm going to have to ask you two to leave the house. Please? I'm the one who has the rights to the house, so $2,000 by the end of the month. Capiche? How am I supposed to do that? Then, please make your way to the door and... I can't do that either. There's nowhere else for us to go. You own a business. You have your own house. Please just let us stay there until we get off our feet on the ground. And Stuart doesn't have to be the boss. He can be your assistant. Just please, hire him. I'm sorry, but I can't just do that. You told me that you're going to kick me out for being a high school graduate, right? That high school graduates aren't fit for being stable members of society? There's nothing to worry about that. Stuart's a college graduate. He'll get everything done properly for you. Stuart hasn't graduated from college. Wait, what? Yeah, he made our dad pay some expensive college fees and got into a private college. But he kept skipping class and got held back for a year. After that, he kept complaining about having to study alongside people who are a year younger than him. One day, he just quit going altogether. Wait, so that means... Yeah, he's a high school graduate. What? Sorry for having to be the one to tell you. I'm not childish like him, so I never brought it up. And it's not his education that keeps me from hiring him. It's his lack of care towards others and motivation to keep improving at what he does that keeps me from hiring him. Tell him that I wish him good luck in finding a new job. Well then, text me when you have my rent ready. Wait, Patricia, please, just help us this once. We're here cute siblings, right? Just give us one last chance. After that, I had to kick out the couple since they couldn't afford to pay the rent. On the other hand, I rented out the apartment that I was living alone in and moved back to the house that my father left behind for me. With the money he left behind for me, I reformed my house to be as clean as a newly built one. Regarding my love life, I ended up marrying a man who I had been working with for a few years and a trusted assistant of my father. My brother and his wife kept bothering me about money, so I had to file a restraining order on them. I heard that they were currently living in Anne's parents' house, but they're being forced to pay 2/3 of their salary as rent.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.
Hey Sarah, are you free to talk? Something's been bothering me lately. Of Of course, what's wrong? That doesn't sound like you. Did something happen at work?
Yeah, sort of. Actually, before I ask, how was your day at work? Everything normal?
Pretty usual. Had that big presentation I told you about. The client loved our proposal. But why are you stalling? You're just making me more and more curious.
Just making sure you're okay first. That's what's most important to me after all. The presentation was the one for the new shopping mall project, right?
Yes, they approved all our designs. But David, you're obviously avoiding something. What's going on?
That's great news about the project. Though this might sound strange, but have you received any messages from a woman you don't know?
No, I haven't. What do you mean by a woman I don't know? David, you're making me nervous.
Never mind. If nothing's happened, don't worry about it. I'm glad nothing's happened.
No way. How can I not worry when you say something like that? That's so unfair. You've got to tell me what this is about. Wait, don't tell me you're cheating.
What? There's no way I'd cheat. We just got engaged. I'd never do that. You know me better than that, Sarah. Remember how I literally cried when you said yes?
I know. I was half joking. That proposal was so sweet. You were so nervous you dropped the ring. I know that you're not the type to cheat. But seriously, what's going on? You're not usually this cryptic.
You're right. I should just tell you. Remember how I've been taking different routes to work lately?
Yeah, you mentioned that last week. I thought it was because of the construction near the station. You said something about avoiding the crowds.
That was just an excuse. I didn't want to worry you, but actually, lately I've been getting stalked by a woman I don't know.
What? How long has this been going on? Why didn't you tell me sooner?
About 2 weeks now. She suddenly approached me at the station near my house. She said, "David, let's go get dinner together." But I really don't know who she is.
But she called you by name, so she must know you. Have you checked your old school contacts? Maybe someone from college?
That's what scares me. I really don't know her at all. I've racked my brain trying to remember her, but nothing. Now she's even showing up at my apartment waiting outside. She already knows so much about me. It's terrifying.
Outside your apartment? David, that's serious. Why didn't you tell me sooner? What does she look like? Maybe I know her.
Average height, long black hair, probably in her mid-20s like us. Always wearing nice office clothes. I thought I could handle it myself. I especially didn't want to worry you when you're so busy with the wedding planning and everything.
That's definitely stalking. Have you talked to the police? Please tell me you've reported this. I'm getting really worried now.
Of course I have, but they said there's not much they can do since there's no major harm done. They even said, "You're a man, you can handle it yourself." Can you believe that?
That's ridiculous. What a useless police officer. Did you get their badge number? We should file a complaint. They're not doing their job correctly.
Already did. But honestly, I could probably handle it myself if it was just me. She's quite petite. But hey, she found my home address, right? I was worried she might not know about you too. I hate it if she already knew where you live and started harassing you too. That's why I called to check.
That's actually terrifying. Have you noticed anyone following you to our meetups? Should we cancel dinner tomorrow?
No, don't cancel. I've been super careful about that. I'm always taking different routes when we meet and checking for suspicious people that are following me. I won't let this affect our time together.
You're sweet, but I'm more concerned about your safety. Have you been sleeping okay? I know you get anxious easily.
Actually, not great. Keep checking my windows at night. But I'm managing.
Still, we don't know what might happen. I haven't received any contact so far. I haven't noticed anyone following me either.
Just be safe though, Sarah. Please don't walk alone, especially at night. If you get any strange messages or meet any weird women, tell me right away.
Okay, David, but I'm worried about you too. We shouldn't wait until something happens. Maybe you should stay somewhere else for a while. My place has better security.
Already ahead of you. I'm going to stay at my parents' house for a while. Mom's been asking me to visit anyway.
That's good. Your parents' house is right in front of the police station, so that stalker probably won't try anything funny there. Plus, your mom's cooking is better than convenience store meals.
True. Plus, it's closer to the wedding venue for our planning meetings. Speaking of which, I'll see you at the venue this weekend for the final arrangements.
Yeah, let's do our best with the wedding preparations. Just promise me you'll be careful and text me when you get home.
I promise. Love you.
Love you too. Stay safe. Call me if anything happens, okay? Even if it's late. Sarah, are you free to talk? I really need someone right now. Lucy, oh, it's been a while. Of course I'm free. What's wrong? Are you okay? What should I do, Sarah? My life might be over. He's cheating on me. I can't stop crying. This is a nightmare. What? Are you okay, Lucy? Are you sure he's cheating? Oh, that's terrible. Do you want me to come over? No, I just need to talk. He's obviously been avoiding me lately, and I found out that he's having a wedding soon, but he never proposed to me. He must be marrying the other woman. Oh no. How did you find out about the wedding? Did someone tell you? Social media. He posted about it. Can you believe that? That's how I had to find out after everything we've been through together. That's horrible. Have you tried talking to him about it? Maybe there's a misunderstanding. Yeah, we've been together for so long, and he betrays me like this? I just want to talk to him properly, but he won't even let me do that. He keeps running away whenever I try to approach him. Running away? What do you mean exactly? That sounds really strange. Every time I try to talk to him, he acts like he doesn't know me. He even called security once when I waited for him outside his workplace. Me, his girlfriend. How horrible. He can't even face you like a man and tell you that he wants to break up to your face? That's really cowardly behavior. When did this start? About 2 weeks ago. I saw his wedding announcement and I tried to confront him, but he just keeps avoiding me, like our relationship meant nothing. Oh, that must be so painful. Have you tried messaging him? I've been trying to find the other woman, but I can't figure out who she is. I'm so tired. I just need to talk to someone who understands. Of course I'm here for you. We've known each other forever. You know that you can tell me everything. That might be the only thing I can manage, but it might make you feel better about all this. Thank you, Sarah. At times like these, childhood friends really are the most reliable. I've known you longer than him. We've been friends since kindergarten, after all. Remember how we used to share our lunches? Of course I remember. Those were good times. How about your boyfriend? You've been dating him since middle school, right? That's such a long time. Yeah, he was a senior when I was a freshman. I ended up going to a different middle school to you because of the results I got in my exams, and I was upset that we went our separate ways, but after I met him, I thought that it was meant to be. I've thought about that all the time we've been dating these past 10 years, so I couldn't believe it when I found out about this other woman. It's unforgivable. 10 years is such a long time. I can't forgive him for hurting you either. When I find that guy, I'm going to give him a good slap. Oh, wait, but I've never met your boyfriend, have I? Show me his picture so I can watch out for him. I'm sorry, he's really shy, so I don't have any pictures. I wanted you to meet him at least once, but we never had the chance. It's really hard finding time when we're all free. Oh, I see. Not even one picture in 10 years? That's unusual. He doesn't like having his picture taken, but I loved him for that too. No, even though he's cheating, I still love him. Actually, I'm more angry at the other woman than him. I hate her for stealing him from me. Lucy, you sound really hurt, but something about this seems off. She must have seduced him. My David would never betray me otherwise. He's too pure and kind for that. David? Yes, that's his name. He's so kind and gentle usually. This isn't like him at all. He always thinks of others first. I see. Thanks for telling me all this. You know I'm better than I do, so I hope you're right. I know this is a pretty sudden change of subject, but can I share some big news with you? What is it? Well, actually, I'm getting married soon. I wanted to invite you since you're my best friend, but you're probably not in the mood for that kind of atmosphere, right? No, I want to go. I've been so miserable lately. I want to feel some happiness. Please don't hesitate to invite me. When is it? Are you sure? I mean, with everything you're going through. Yes, I'm sure. I need something to look forward to. Plus, I want to be there for my childhood friend's special day. It might help take my mind off things, and I'm not going to let some stupid affair get in the way of our friendship. Thank you, Lucy. I'll send you an invitation card soon. I hope you can work things out with your boyfriend. Me too. Oh, thank you for listening, Sarah. You're such a good friend. I don't know what I'd do without you. You You traitor! I can't believe you were the one who stole him from me! How dare you show your face here? Lucy, what are you doing? Please calm down. Let's talk about this rationally. Rational? And you even invited me to the wedding? How cruel are you? You're like a devil. Was this your plan all along, to humiliate me? Calm down, Lucy. There must be some misunderstanding. First of all, you should let me back into the venue. You can't just shut me out like this. I'm the bride. The staff are staring. You admit it. You're trying to be the bride at my David's wedding. Did you enjoy stealing him away? Did you laugh at me behind my back? Your David? Lucy, please listen. Shut up! A homewrecker like you doesn't belong in a sacred wedding venue. You deserve to be kicked out. How could you do this to me? We were friends since kindergarten. I keep telling you, I didn't steal anyone. Please, let's talk about this rationally. You're making a scene. Rational? You're really going to go on about being rational again? You're about to marry my David, and you can still say such blatant lies after everything we shared? Your David? Lucy, when exactly did you last speak to him? Actually speak to him face to face. I received your invitation and I was surprised that he had the same name, but I never thought it might actually be him. I turn up and it really was. When did you start having an affair with my boyfriend? Was it during high school? College? Tell me. Lucy, please listen carefully. I didn't steal anyone. David and I started dating 5 years ago through a mutual friend's introduction. Of course, he was single then. In fact, he said I was his first girlfriend. First girlfriend? That's impossible. I was David's first girlfriend. We've been dating for over 10 years since middle school. He confessed to me in front of everyone at school, and we've been together ever since. Everyone saw it. A public confession? When exactly did this happen? Tell me the details. Yeah, he confessed during the sports festival in middle school when I was the team manager for his club. During the scavenger hunt, he had to find someone who would make a good housewife, and he chose me. He took my hand in front of everyone. It was so romantic. Huh? Lucy. The whole school saw it. Everyone knew we were dating after that. We dated for 10 years, and now he betrays me like this? It's too cruel. How can you both be so heartless? Wait a minute, you're saying that scavenger hunt was his confession? What exactly happened, word for word? Yes! When a boy and a girl hold hands in middle school, it means they're dating. Everyone knows that. It was destiny. Did he say anything directly to you after reaching the goal? Like, will you go out with me, or I like you? Any actual words of confession? Nothing like that. He didn't need to. Actions speak louder than words. The way he looked at me said everything. What? He saw the theme and came to me saying, "Come with me." And I took his hand and we ran to the goal together. That was definitely a love confession. The way he looked at me, I'll never forget it. We were meant to be. Really? That counts as dating? Did you go on any actual dates after that? The theme was a domestic girl, which obviously means a girl you want to marry. And he chose me out of all the students. That means he wanted to date me, right? It was fate. How can you not see that? It was obvious for the entire school to see. Well, have you two ever gone on a date alone? Movies, dinner, anything at all in these 10 years? He was in his 3rd year and had high school entrance exams coming up, so he couldn't go on dates because of his studies. I waited patiently for him to ask me out. I understood his dedication to his studies. I supported him from afar, like a good girlfriend should. What about emails or messages, phone calls, any communication at all? Even just a text? Well, I was waiting for him to contact me because of his exams. I didn't want to disturb his studies. That's what a good girlfriend does. So you never exchanged messages or went on dates, not even once in 10 years? Lucy, think about what you're saying. We went to different high schools and universities, and we were both busy studying at good schools, so we didn't contact each other or date out of consideration for each other. But that was also a form of kindness and love. We were always connected, even when apart. True love doesn't need constant contact. You weren't connected at all. This is just your delusion. Lucy, please think about this logically. What? It's not a delusion. We were really dating. I checked his social media every day, and he always posted happy birthday on my birthday. See? He remembered. Wait. That was for his mother's birthday. I heard they celebrate as a family every year. His mother's birthday is the same day as yours. It was just a coincidence. It was never meant for you. No, it was for my birthday. He really loved me. Then he suddenly announced his marriage on social media. I went to see him so many times because I wanted to know why he hadn't proposed to me yet. At his office and at his apartment. So you were the stalker following David. Oh my God, Lucy. You're the stalker. How dare you steal my precious boyfriend? Even if you're my childhood friend, I won't let you have the groom. You don't deserve him. I should be the one wearing that dress. I'm the bride because he proposed to me.
What on earth are you talking about? Sarah isn't a stalker. She's going to be my wife.
Huh? David, is that you? David, tell her about us, about our beautiful love story.
I'm sorry, I can't do that because we never went out.
What? David, it's me from middle school, the sports festival, the sandwiches. Don't you remember our love?
I'm marrying Sarah. Please stop this. You're disrupting our wedding preparations.
What? Oh, this can't be happening.
Long time no see, team manager. Well, actually, I'm sorry, but I barely remember you. I only just remembered after watching this conversation.
That's a lie, David. You don't remember me? All our time together? Our precious memories?
I barely remember anything from middle school. Just some stupid things I did with my classmates. The sports festival was just a game, nothing more.
What about that day at the sports festival? You made such a grand confession in front of all the students. It was so romantic.
That wasn't a confession at all. It was just a scavenger hunt game. I can't believe you thought that meant we were dating.
What?
I think my class was about to lose at that time. I'm pretty competitive at sports festivals, so I just wanted to win quickly. I picked you because we made eye contact, and I recognized you. I barely looked at the theme. I just saw I had to be a girl.
That's a lie. You always enjoyed the sandwiches I made for you. The ones I made for practice matches. That's when you fell in love with my domestic side, right? You ate every single one.
Oh yeah, I do remember that. The tuna mayo sandwiches were really delicious. But you know middle school boys will eat anything. We don't really care who made it. I never fell in love with you after eating your sandwiches.
No. So we were never really dating all this time?
I don't understand how you could think we were dating when we never went on a dates or even contacted each other. Not once in 10 years. That's not a relationship.
But I watched all your baseball games. I cheered for you. Every single one. I memorized all your stats.
That was literally your job as team manager. The whole club cheered for everyone. That's what team managers do.
I stayed late to clean the club room. I always made sure your locker was spotless.
Again, that was your responsibility as manager. Look, I'm trying to be nice here, but this has gone too far. You're creating problems for everyone.
No, there must be some mistake. Remember when you got hurt during practice? I bandaged your hand. You smiled at me so sweetly.
That's standard first aid. The managers did that for everyone. Lucy, please stop this. You're embarrassing yourself.
But all those meaningful glances across the classroom, the way you always looked in my direction.
We weren't even in the same class. Or the same grade. I was a senior, remember? We barely saw each other.
Lucy, please, this is getting embarrassing. Everyone is staring at me. Will you let me inside? Shut up, you don't know anything about our love. Our pure, beautiful love.
Anyway, if you understand now, please leave the venue. What you're doing is disrupting business. The venue might sue you if you keep this up.
What? Sue me?
Or should we call the police? Tell them a mentally unstable person is causing trouble. You can choose.
The police? But I'm the victim here. You're the ones who betrayed me. Lucy, please don't make this worse than it already is. Think about your parents.
The security guards are already on their way. Make your choice.
You traitorous couple. Play with my feelings all you want. Go ahead and get married. See if I care. But karma will get you both. You'll regret this. Finally home. What a day. At least the wedding ended safely. I just dropped our parents off at the hotel.
Good work today. I can't believe your childhood friend was the stalker. I'm surprised neither of you realized that you were talking about the same guy when you told each other about your boyfriends.
She moved away after elementary school. We only kept in touch through occasional messages. I never thought she'd do something like this. Looking back, there were signs, but I never thought that they would lead to a situation like that.
Yeah, I don't blame you. It's not something you would expect from a friend.
How about you? You really don't remember anything about her from school?
Well, we were in different grades and only saw each other at club activities. I was so focused on practice and barely talked to the managers. I don't understand why she was so obsessed with me. Oh, but I did remember the sandwiches. The managers would make them for practice matches. It was a tradition. They were really delicious, especially the tuna mayo ones.
What? Really? Well, to tell you the truth, I was actually the one who made those.
What?
This might be hard to believe, but I just remembered that Lucy used to call me early in the morning to help her make sandwiches for the club. I brought my grandmother's special tuna mayo recipe and made them because she was hopeless in the kitchen. All she could make was the peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Really? No way! The plot thickens!
Lucy said they were too old-fashioned and that nobody likes tuna mayo, but to think you only remembered those ones. I still know my grandmother's recipe. I'll make you some tuna mayo sandwiches the next time we go out for a picnic.
Wait, so the food I fell in love with was actually made by you? We really are meant for each other. Talk about destiny.
Don't say that. It sounds like something Lucy would say.
Too soon?
Way too soon. But you're right. It's kind of funny how things work out.
I promise to make you happy forever, Sarah. And I'll never mistake you for a stalker.
You better not. Speaking of which, should we check on Lucy? I'm a bit worried.
Let's give it some time. Her parents seem to have a good plan.
This is ridiculous. Why did I have to get yelled at? Do you know how much trouble you caused me after all that? It's all your fault. I heard the venue staff were pretty angry, and they even called the police. You caused quite a scene. My parents were called too. Everyone lectured me. I had to bow and beg for forgiveness. It was so humiliating. This is all your fault. So, you contacted me because you finally want to apologize? Of course not. I'll never forgive you traitors. David and you both. Traitor couple. You'll never be happy together. I'll make sure of it. Excuse me? You just misunderstood everything. We didn't do a single thing, let alone betray anyone. You created the whole relationship with David in your head. Shut up. I'm going to spread rumors about how you stole him from me. Whether it's true or not doesn't matter. Once the rumors spread, you'll both be so sorry. Go ahead and try. Whatever rumors you spread in that far-off countryside won't affect us at all. Do whatever you want. Huh? What do you mean far-off countryside? Actually, your parents contacted us after the wedding. Our families used to be close when we were little, remember? They called us to apologize on your behalf and wanted to hear our side of the story. So I told them everything about your misunderstanding and why you thought that I stole David from you. What? You talked to my parents? They were quite understanding. Apparently, they'd been suspicious of your behavior for years. You claimed to have a boyfriend, but never introduced him or showed any pictures. They were worried he might not be real from pretty early on. What? My parents thought I was lying? You're kidding. How could they think that about their own daughter? They were worried about your mental health. They thought you might be mixing up delusions with reality. They were actually relieved to learn it was just a misunderstanding. What? But maintaining a misunderstanding for 10 years is pretty concerning. That's why your parents made some decisions for you to help you get over it. They're taking you to stay with relatives in the countryside. They said you need time to recover there. I heard that you should be moving today, but are you already packed? I don't think you have time to be messaging me. No, wait, I haven't heard anything about this. I don't want to go to the countryside. You can't do this. Well, we don't want you nearby either, so take care out there. I'll make sure to make David happy enough for both of us. This isn't fair. You can't just ship me off to the countryside. Your parents already decided, so there's no use complaining to me. I hear the countryside air is great for clearing your head. Maybe you'll finally find a real boyfriend there. No. My parents sent me a message. They said they've already packed all my things. I hate you. I hate both of you. This isn't over. Actually, it is. Goodbye, Lucy. I hope you get the help you need. And so Lucy was caught by her parents, and it was arranged for her to stay with their relatives in a distant countryside town. As fate would have it, that relative was a psychiatrist who specialized in helping young people with social adjustment issues. Apparently, she's meeting with the psychiatrist weekly, and instead of treating Lucy as a patient with a serious mental illness, they simply said, You're not sick, you've just got a screw loose. Finding a good partner would be the best treatment. I heard that Lucy was completely mortified and that she's been desperately searching for a new match. But she's stuck in the countryside with limited prospects. The only options she has are less than ideal: a divorced man in his 40s with 3 kids who need a new mother for his children, or a shy man in his 50s who still lives with his mother and needs someone to take over the family vegetable farm. As for us, we occasionally hear updates about Lucy through her parents. We eventually moved to a different city for David's work, and the distance helped us put the whole incident behind them.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.